This is the next video in a series to help you get control of your finances and get out of debt as quickly as possible. This is the most important video in the series. Make sure you go through all the series properly to help you make sure that you've got a plan to get out of debt. But this will tell you if all of your work is actually working for you instead of against you. And then you'll be able to determine if you need to make some major changes. So we did throughout the entire videos, essentially we looked at cash flow, money in, money out, where's it going, how are you paying off your debts and that sort of thing. This is a balance sheet. Don't worry about the fact that it sounds confusing. It's basically talking about your net worth. Okay, a lot of people don't know what their net worth is. That's normal. However, you need to know. You need to know because if your net worth, meaning your total amount of money that you have, is going down every month, you're doing something wrong. If it's going up every month, well, you're hopefully doing something right. So you've got your budget, money in, money out on a monthly basis. You want to track that and continue to track that like we've shown you, but then you want to track your net worth to make sure that what you're doing is ultimately actually paying off. It's really this simple. And the rest of the video is going to show you, as I put it into a spreadsheet, how to calculate it. But essentially, you're looking at what they would call assets and liabilities. Liability just means you owe money. Asset means it's something you have of value. So you could just sell it and someone would pay you for it. For example, a car can be an asset and a liability at the same time. As a liability, I just wrote real simple math here, and then we'll get into the spreadsheet. Liabilities, car loan one, $5,000. In other words, you still owe $5,000 on that car loan. When you start tracking your net worth and your balance sheet every single month, you're going to obviously see that car loan balance go down because you're making payments every month. So you're going to update that every month. You do this once a month. You can do it once a year, but once a month's better. It makes you feel better if you go in the right direction. Credit card one, $6,000 is your balance. Let's say at this moment in time, this month. So in total, you owe $11,000. Okay, assets. Again, I'm making this real simple. The car you have a car loan on is worth $8,000. Car two, I'm saying you have a car, no car loan, it's worth $12,000. All right, so in this example, we have two assets, 8 and 12, that's 20. What do you owe? You owe 11. So if you sold everything, what would you do? You'd sell everything, you pay off all of your debts, and what is left? $9,000. Okay, so your net worth would be $9,000. We want that number to go up every month. Now, of course, on something like a car, you can use Kelley Blue Book or something, and we'll go through that in the video. You got to determine, well, what I think it's worth. And a car might go down in value every month, but you're going to have many other assets in there, like what's in your savings accounts, what's in your retirement accounts. You may have home equity, but of course, if you have a home loan, it's going to be a liability. So it's great to get under control on a monthly basis to make sure that you're spending less than you make and you're able to start doing the things you want to do, like save for vacations, put away for retirement, kids' college, get all that under control. But once you've done that, then you want to look at, well, what's my net worth? Because as you get closer to a retirement age and as you get older, you want this number to go up so you can ultimately retire someday. That's not going to happen if you're tracking it month to month and you see that it's going down. You're going in the wrong direction. You could have a net worth going down even though on a month-to-month basis, you feel like your budget's under control. You may have assets that are decreasing in value. Maybe some stocks went down, things like that. So in order to make sure that your net worth is always increasing, you're going to want to track it on a monthly basis. So watch the rest of this video so I show you how. So we can get you out of debt, get your finances in control, and get you going, what they say, up and to the right. Meaning on a graph, you're making, or your net worth is increasing over time. So watch the rest of this video. We'll show you exactly how to do this.
So welcome back. This is the last video in the series. Now, if you haven't watched the series, if you start from the beginning, it'll walk you through looking at your actual expenses, determining how much money extra you have that you can put towards your debt, and then showing you calculators to calculate your debt and how quickly you can pay it off with additional principal payments so you can get things under control. That's your month to month. That is your simple cash flow, cash in, cash out, let's get rid of your debt. Now, my favorite part, as I've shown, is this balance sheet. And it's a very simplistic one that you can do. As you see here, month 1, month 2, month 3, you can do this and track it every single month. It doesn't take much time. Get into doing it every month and you can make sure that things are getting, let's say, better. So for example, let's just fill this out here. Assets in green, and just fill out the white. Everything else is just a title and it'll calculate it for you. But in green, you've got your assets and we'll walk through that. And then you've got your liabilities. So the things you have that have value, and then any debts you may have, and then what's your total net worth. So let's just say in month 1, you had $1,000, let's say 100 in your checking and 200 in your savings. Maybe you got $1,000 in stocks. Let's just go down through here. I put in things like cryptocurrency, precious metals, gold and silver. You may not have them now, you may have them later. I'm just putting in made up numbers. Yours might be substantially different. Now, home. You can go on something like Zillow and you can look up your home and let's say, see if we looked at what it's worth. Let's say you own your house and that Zillow is saying you owe 450. It's worth 450,000. Now, of course, if you sell it, there's costs and fees involved in all of these things. But this is a simplistic balance sheet. Personal property or car, first car might be worth, let's say it's worth 20,000. Let's say you have another car and it's worth 12,000. All right, so there we go. You can see it adds up everything in this column, your home, etc. Liabilities. Let's say on your mortgage you owe 380,000. Let's say on the first car you owe 15,000. Maybe the second car you owe slightly less. Whoops, 15,000. The next car you owe, let's say 8,000. Maybe you have a student loan of 12. Let's say no personal loan. Credit card, you might have let's say $5,000 credit. Actually, the average in the US is at least 10,000. Let's say there's one card. All right. So what does this do here? In the green, you can see your total assets had added up, 493,300. Total liabilities, 425,000. It subtracts, and you want this to be a positive number. All right, that's the first thing. There's two things we want to do here. First, you want it to be positive. If it's negative, then that means if you sold everything you own and you paid off all your debts, you would actually still have some debt. In other words, you're bankrupt. Not a good situation to be in. Therefore, you want to get out of debt. And your numbers aren't going to change. Your balance sheet, that's not going to change unless you track these things, because then you think about it and you make better decisions. Let's say that we were able to save a little more money. Maybe checking has the same. We saved a little more. Maybe your stocks went up a little bit this month. You logged in. That's what they're worth. Maybe your 401k, you made another contribution this month. Let's say it's $500 a month. Hopefully it's more than that. Let's say the home did not move. It's still showing that as its worth. Your car, what's it worth? Let's say it's still worth 20. It's only been a month. Let's say this one's still worth 12. There are websites you can look for car values like Kelley Blue Book. All right, now this is interesting. Your total assets went up 494,300. Now your mortgage, let's say that you made a payment, right? And some went to the principal. Your car loan, you may have made a payment here. Let's do something more realistic. You were able to pay down 300 in principal. Maybe this car loan, you're still owe 7,900. You have a smaller student loan. Maybe it's 11,850. In other words, 1 month has gone by. You've made payments on these things, and they're starting to go down. Okay, so now you can see your assets, your liabilities. Your assets went up from 493 to 494,300. That's what you want to see. Your liabilities went down because you've been making payments. So instead of owing 425, you owe 423,150. And then down here, what's the difference? Well, last month you were worth 68,300. This month you're worth 71,150. Up and to the right, you want your net worth to constantly go up. Now, there will be fluctuations as maybe stock values can go up and down, home values can go up and down, and you might be paying off your liabilities even faster. So that way, you're going to have your liabilities drop faster, which of course is going to increase your overall net worth. So this is the way I like to track on a monthly basis to make sure that the things you're doing on a monthly basis are having a positive effect to what you're worth. If these numbers are going down, or if these numbers are negative and going down, then you're in a little bit of a pickle and you need to make some bigger adjustments to your budgeting to make sure that you're not going to go bankrupt. But this is how you track it. So I hope this series has been helpful for you to get you out of debt in a better monthly situation, but then look at the big picture. Instead of just month to month, look at the 6 month, the 12 month, the 5 year, the 10 year, and let's put in some goals, because you can just copy and paste these columns and do this for years and years so that you can make sure your net worth is going the direction you want. I hope this series has been helpful. I put in quite a bit of time. If you would, please do subscribe to the channel. I've got videos every week, more videos on finance, getting out of debt, what credit cards to use to your advantage. Greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you share this with others, I think it could help a lot of people if they start and they walk through this video series one by one. Thanks for watching, and I hope this will help you get out of debt and put your family in a better financial situation to have a better, brighter future. Thanks for watching.